Hey guys, this week we're just gonna show you our fridge freezer set up in the car and just how we sort of keep drinks and food cold when we go out on trips. Okay, so this is the one we've shown in other videos before of our setup. This is our main fridge freezer. This is the first one we got. It's an Engel 60 litre. What we're sort of thinking at this stage is if we want to start looking at doing longer trips, we want an option of being able to freeze and have a fridge and a freezer. We really like using this one just as a big fridge because you can fit tons of like drinks and food in it. But on longer trips we're just looking at a few different options at the moment, as well as on short weekend trips with bigger groups. A lot of our like friends and family don't really have their own fridge and freezer. We were looking at a few options of being able to keep some of their stuff cool as well, because we did start running out of room when we had friends and family sharing it with us. So this is our main one. It's just a 60 litre Engel on the slide built into the rear drawers. We have this insulated bag for it. We've used it since we got the fridge about probably nearly 5 years ago now, and it's always worked well. We just obviously leave the whole top unzipped all the time, so you just undo the latches and straight in. But really in say 4.5 years this fridge has been perfect. We don't find that it draws too much power or anything like that. It seems to be pretty efficient. All we do before we go away is I normally plug it into the 240 volt power first at home, just to chill the fridge itself. Pull the baskets out, go inside, load them up, throw them in and get going. And that's been working really good for us. Then the 12 volt power just sort of maintains that temperature rather than dropping it from ambient down to that. So as you can see, it's really simple. It's just one big compartment with these two basket dividers in there. So they're handy because you can just take them out inside, load them up inside your house, and then bring it out to the car and throw it in. And the same as when you get back from a trip, anything that's left in there, we just carry the baskets inside, unload it, and then clean the fridge out, dry it out, all that sort of stuff. Okay, so this is the second fridge that we got from Supercheap Auto that we're going to try out, just to see how we like it. What I've been doing is just strapping it into the middle row section here, and the idea with this one is to run it more as a freezer, and also with it being a freezer, when we do go away with the bigger groups, you can throw drinks in there just to chill them really quickly, because when we go away in groups, drinks normally go in, go out pretty quick. We chose this one. We really like the design of it. It's a 63 litre. Like our Engel, it is just a flip top with a compartment there, but it's actually divided. It's got a lower drawer section, and you can get into the drawer from the top section. We did go away on a trip recently with my brother-in-law, and he actually used this behind his front seats in a dual cab Hilux, and it worked perfectly in that sort of setup because he could reach through the car into the top section for his food and stuff, but then just slide this out of his side door for all of his drinks. So yeah, we're trying that one out at the moment to see how we like it, and so far we've been really happy. It's a Rydgerider fridge, but it's actually made by Evakool. The warranty is I think 2 year through Evakool as well. So it's really good quality. It's built well, and we have noticed that it does chill quite quickly as well. I think it has something to do with the walls of it are built similar to sort of like an esky, so it seems to be pretty efficient. So yeah, we're just giving it a go to see how we like running two fridges. Okay, so the other option, which we sort of use mostly for group trips and sort of day trips as well, is just this ice box. This is really good where all you really want it for is just cold drinks, and really it's just an extra seat around camp as well. We wanted to get one of these because when we go camping, we do like to be able to take like a few cold drinks, you know, down to the river or creek or whatever like that, especially on hot days like this. So this lets us do that. Just being able to throw, you know, a dozen drinks in there, bit of ice, take it down, and it does stay cold for a very long time. So yeah, this is just a cheap sort of like extra way that we sort of keep some cold drinks. Like I said, this is mainly for like really just a day trip or sort of trips away with a bigger group where, you know, we're happy to just go get a bag or two of ice before we go, and then it lasts, you know, the trip or over the weekend at least. Yeah, that's a really good way just to be able to actually take some cold drinks away from the car, and yeah, works really well. So obviously everyone knows they come in a heap of different sizes, but we chose this one a bit smaller because even with this pretty much full of drinks and ice, it's still not too heavy to carry, and that was the biggest thing. We didn't want to just load this big esky up and then not actually want to take it away from the car, so this works perfectly for that. So finally, the only other thing that we do to help all this sort of work is sort of the simplest thing. One, we park in the shade wherever we can. We tinted the windows, which helped heaps. Like that dropped the inside temperatures heaps in the car. And we also got just one of these cheap sun visor, sunshade, windshield, whatever you call it. And this works really well because with all the tinted windows around and then this in the front, the interior of the car just stays heaps cooler than outside. It does take a really long time, like in the direct sun, to actually start heating up in there. So that just mainly helps our battery life, but also it's allowing the fridges to not work so hard. They just sort of kick in, kick out just to maintain that temperature. So yeah, a cheap one of these is definitely worth getting, and tint your windows. Okay guys, so thanks for watching this video, and we'll see you next Friday.